Today is a shot at some chain waxing. The wax is almost fully melted. Got my Master Link replacements, chain Cervelo P3. It's in good shape, but it's just dirty. So I'm gonna run through getting that cleaned up first, and then we are gonna wax it and see how it goes. So this is the cleanup after a 4-stage, 3 citrus degreaser and 1 95% alcohol. So now that that's cleaned and dried, it's gonna go into the wax, which is fully liquid now. That's ready to go. And then while that's actually waxing, I'm gonna take and clean the chain ring, the cassette, and the rear derailleur, get those good and clean, so that if this is clean and those aren't clean, it's kind of counterintuitive. Chain is in the wax. We're gonna let that sit, kind of stir it around to get that tiny titanium dioxide or whatever he said is in there. Let that sit and soak for a minute while I clean up these, get these good and clean. My cassette needs some love. So I'm gonna have to pop this all apart and get those cleaned up. Check back in a bit. All right, so we got the cassette all cleaned up, and I am glad that I decided to take it all apart and clean it individually. I mean, I can even see like tooth counts on each ring now. And I couldn't see that before. And it was there, I just couldn't see it. So we're gonna get that all put back on the wheel. Got these all cleaned up, those are cleaner. Those, actually, they weren't really as dirty as I thought they were. And they're a little cleaner now. This is just, I didn't feel like going through the trouble of taking the whole thing off, so I didn't. But I scrubbed it kind of in place and turned it as I went, and this is the result. So the chain, the little crock pot is off now, and we're just waiting for the wax to start to solidify before I go and pull it up. So not sure how much longer that will take, but once that's all good and done, then I will hang it up to dry. All right, guys, so this is what we are waiting for, the wax to get a little kind of chunky on the top so it's cooled down enough. I actually took it out of the crock pot just to let it cool down a little quicker. It's just slightly warm. So this is the end result. The chain does have some kind of chunky wax on it, and that's okay. So we're gonna let this hang and drip dry and cool all the way down. What we want to make sure is that, can I get that? There we go. Sorry, I just straightened out a piece. So what I want to make sure is that the wax inside each little pin has the time to dry internally and cure. So we're gonna let this sit and hang overnight, and then tomorrow we'll slap it back on this beautifully clean cassette chain ring, and we'll go for a quick spin and see how she feels. All right, so just a quick update on like the tools needed. So mini crock pot or Instant Pot, I've seen both used. You obviously need the wax. You need citrus degreaser, rubbing alcohol, and then as far as like hand tools, so a cassette tool to take out the cassette, all the associated stuff with that, chain tool to pop out the pins here to get it apart. So I mentioned 4 stages, so 2 of these were used for the citrus degreaser, and then between stages 1 and 2 actually had a Park Tool chain cleaner that I filled with that, and then just manually ran it through one way, ran it through just a bunch of times till it was kind of nasty looking. Then that's when I put it in the second container of the citrus degreaser. You get it in there, you just shake it around. It's gonna get bubbly, gonna get foamy, gonna get nasty. Then after, just put it in step 1, shake it. The chain tool, step 3, shake it. This container is full of the rubbing alcohol. That, and you shake it and shake it and shake it around. And really what that's doing is that's breaking up all the loose bits degreaser and junk, getting that off of the chain. After that, then if you feel the need to, you can take like a little nylon brush and just scrub each link, get it as clean as you can, dry it off, then you go into the wax. Like I said too, while the wax was soaking, or the chain was soaking in the wax, that's when I went over to the bike and did some extra cleaning to the bike. So that's kind of the overall process. We're about an hour and 15 minutes in to the whole thing. So that's the process. I will probably do another little snippet tomorrow, and then there we go.